Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on Minsk Pocket. Today spawning in the south we have the Great Ohio with Soviets, who has airborne troops, shock rifle frontline, and guard motor coordination. Teaming up with him, laggyAR with US forces, going for airborne. From the north we have Laffey with breakthrough as OKW, and finally Schröedinger as Cat with Ostheer, German mechanized. In terms of rankings, this game is from New January. Apparently, at the time, a ranged team on the Axis side around 140. Allies, randoms, laggyAR, we've seen him before in casts, ranked 28. And the Great Ohio 137. So tier 1 start from Great Ohio. Straight into double penal, so no M3 as of yet. Walks away from the center of the map there. Did get a tank trap up for some heavy cover though. Bit of a double team over here. Stern Pioneers combining up with the MG. Combat Engineers trying to take some cheeky pot shots from range. Got Fusiliers back the other way. Two of them after a initial fault screen here. Good for the sandbags, which we see deployed over there. No, just straight penals for Great Ohio. I think this is a pretty reasonable map for an M3A1. You can operate it on the flanks quite nicely, but it's a fine choice not to go for it in this specific case as well, because they could every player having gone for Fusiliers. Got the snares straight away, so it's not like you can switch over to the other side of the map and get some really easy damage done over here with that M3. Does limit it a bit more in this particular case. And into a relatively early tech here for Laffey. And brute force his way forwards here into the rifleman. Penal's coming around on the flank. And splitting the MG both directions. That's forced away. Nice early retreat there from Schröedinger. No point sticking around. Pathfinder's out the back here. Slow to switch their focus fire into the approaching unit, and they're going to retreat quite early on. Put a wire off on the tank trap, built another tank trap, wired off the other sandbags. Doesn't look like he did a very good job though. Still plenty of cover positions there. And it's going to be a forward truck for Laffey, starting this tech up maybe a little bit. That's pretty much on time. Going for Mechanized. This battle group would have been a bit slow. There's quite a lot of manpower spare at this stage. Might be trying to hold some in reserve for the stern officer. That's still quite a way off in terms of command points yet. Good cut-off maneuver here by the penals. MG still back at base. Looks like they've gone for some joint healing. He built a mid bunker at his teammate's base. That's very kind of Schröedinger. He's charging in here. Bit of blocking on the Grenadiers. And then wrapping back around. Getting out of harm's way with them. 3 Grenadiers for Schröedinger into tier 2. Pretty standard stuff. Axis is quite light on fuel though, so might need to go for 1 extra unit of some description before that 222, because usually 222 would be in construction by now. Tries to go for a green medkit out the back. That gets interrupted by the penals We've got a few units potentially in the retreat path here as well. This could be a wipe on the Grenadiers. Penals are not chasing though, and machine gun actually getting some suppression done. Securing the retreat path for Schröedinger.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Grenadiers getting bullied here. They really need those LMGs. Does not have the munitions though. Axis getting off to a tough start. Here comes the anti-air half-track for laggyAR.
Krauts are taking one of our
For
points.
2 Pathfinders with 1 rifle. Pretty common
Air
build.
supply of field ordnance is available.
You don't want to be up close and personal with those G43s. laggyAR taking a battering there. Fusiliers jumping into the building. There's a bit of a blind spot on this building. Could have ran around to this side with the rifleman, but then don't think it would be a particularly good engagement for the rifles up close against the G43 unit anyway, so getting out of there also a perfectly acceptable decision. So yes, indeed, it was a officer from Laffey, and combining that up with the Raketen now, in hopes of like a fast looks or something, dashed with the poor fuel control to this point from the Axis. 222 about to complete for Schröedinger, got a pack and destruction after that. Captain gets very low. Surviving though. Couple of retreats up here, quite early it seems for Laffey. I'm not sure why. Seem to still have quite a lot of fighting power left in them, and Ohio doesn't have any suppression. Neither does laggyAR. Maybe it's the AEA half-track, I don't know. Getting a few hits here. Oh! laggyAR lost his rifles. Let's try and kill the 222. Looks like it's to a grenade. Mechanized trying to get some shots in here. Finishes the job but can't shoot through the tree line. A half-track surviving. There must have been a assumed concussive grenade, but they barely do any damage. This was just tunnel vision from laggyAR. And this is a good timing for Great Ohio to have a T-70 on the field already. Very fast. Axis are reasonably well prepared though, with 2 anti-tank guns and a few snaring units. Slow it down. Pack's rolling out now. Only 1 combat engineer for Great Ohio. He's floating up a lot of manpower now. Needs to put it to use. You can sometimes run into some repair hurdles, or maybe, you know, you don't plant enough mines. We see Great Ohio with a huge reserve of munitions. If you don't go for that second combat engineer, you don't have to go for it immediately, but I do feel like it's probably a good idea if you are planning to go for a light vehicle. So there's all of his commanders open, and there we go, locks into airborne troops. I imagine we're probably not going to see PPSH penals, but deploys some PPSH airborne guards. Repaired off the engine crit. Still having to back away with that T-70 from the AT gun. A bit of a close call here. Sternpower's in some major trouble, and they go down. Damage onto the Raketen. It's going to stick around. A half-track's coming back in. Trying to crawl around the side with these Pathfinders. The A half-track's rolling in here. Drives past the Raketen before it can get a second shot on. About to get decrewed here. Snare coming in from the Fusiliers. Might be able to kill this with just small arms here. Doesn't look like he's going to attempt it. A grenade from the Fusiliers. The half-track wheeling its way out of there. We've got a bunch of Grenadiers coming up here. Really need the 222 to finish the job, and it is actually rotating across. Axis arranged team here, combining up. Triple power repairing this. He used the crit repair and the re-echelon there as well. Here comes the 222. Depending on where this is in its reload cycle, this could go poorly for the 222. He's still repairing it with the re-echelon. Oh! Wow! A half-track survives, but it's going to take another snare, and there it goes. Abandoned, though. Okay. The repairs, the extra repairs from laggyAR definitely kept him in the hunt. Otherwise, he would have lost that trade for sure. Took so long to get abandoned to actually end up getting killed there. T-70 switching sides. T-grenade still on cooldown. Can't do anything about this. Raketten's just about here again though, after having to retreat earlier. Combat engineers flanking here. Probably didn't need to retreat. The DPS is so low, could have waited for the pyro to take care of that. Anyway, PPSH Penals, he actually did go for a squad of them. Proper meme, old Ohio. Sweeping up some of these Soviet mines now as well. And we've got a sniper coming in. Interesting. Quite risky. There's no snares. Barely any mines from just the one combat engineer. Luckily though, that 222 has gone down. Did indeed see a fourth grenadier from Schröedinger as well. Reasonable choice. I think also like a mortar's not too bad on this map. You can kind of camp it in the middle of the map. Doesn't have a particularly good target. Satchel out there. Blows the cover at least. Paratroopers on the other side from laggyAR with the M1919s, and he's got two 50 cals now. Paradropping those in. Sounds like the Pathfinders don't have bars yet, so they're not that troublesome for these Fusiliers. There's that 50. Axis did bounce back reasonably well after that rough start over the first like 6 or 7 minutes. Brought it roughly to an even territory control situation again. We've got the Schwerpanzer headquarters up. Going to be camping this area. Does not have the upgun yet, but will do shortly. Going in on machine gun from multiple angles. Oof, see the paratroopers mid-grenade toss. And they got forced away there and pinned. T-70 having to back away from the AT gun. Grenadiers coming in for a Faust, but not happening. So we've got some guards here with the ambush ready. Snipers in the area as well.
Sector is at risk.
And it's a side tick from Great Ohio. Went for tier 2 into an AT gun. Backed up with these penals now. Sniper free to let rip. Doesn't quite get another shot on. Got a sniper from Schröedinger now looking for the counter snipe. Suppose maybe Laffey could, no. There's no real recon advantage. Maybe the major recon pass could reveal the enemy sniper, but they're not aware that it exists, and now the major's dead. So forget about that. Not happening. MG getting flanked here. But the penals have to retreat. Tries to avoid the sniper getting revealed, but trying to cross the cover does not go too well. Penals still need to go back and cap the VP. Axis are behind at this stage. It's a big old US blob coming up here. I'm guessing we're going to see some Scots and Jacksons in the not too distant future. Hasn't locked into anything yet, but does have the Scott barrage time bulletin, which is pretty good. I think it's one of the better bulletins if you plan to use the Scott. It does actually make a measurable difference, unlike the ISG. This does not. This is a lie. Does not reduce it by 25%. I think it's more like 9% or something. And I did a test on it when I was doing my ISG spam strats. So I had to test those bulletins. Oh, here comes a command tank. Sniper on hold fire, sneaking around in camouflage, trying to avoid getting detected. Snipers are relatively close to each other. Penals having to retreat. T-70's coming up this way, and oh, that's a nasty shot from that command tank. Look at that, there's 3 or 4 bodies with that one shot. So the Penals end up going down. This is not a trade the T-70 wants to be taking. It's kind of just baiting the command tank into the sniper, but it does have an anti-tank gun back there. Oh boy, but there's an anti-tank gun back there as well. T-70 now trying to get away. Command tank gets the kill shot though. There's one thing the command tank can kill is a T-70. Pretty good rate of fire on it as well. So even though it only does half the damage of a regular Panzer IV per shot, kind of makes up for it just about completely with the rate of fire. Not too sure on its accuracy though. Oh! Oh! Sniper comes off hold fire mode. Bold. Does have the anti-tank gun right there though. PPSH boys. Charging in. And there goes the Grenadier, drop their LMG. Schröedinger a bit slow getting out of there. Focus on the command tank, I think. Still could maybe afford to back away a bit further. This has pushed up quite far. And it's not a Scott, it's actually a Sherman. Big US blob knocks out the Raketa, and we do have a second one and a Panzer IV in the build for Laffey, but going to be taking some big damage in the meantime. That's actually a US mortar providing some of that smoke, I believe. The kitten gets stolen by laggyAR. Treated it though, so might not be here when the Panzer IV arrives. Looks like the Sherman's going to back away, content with the damage that was dealt. And now a couple of T-34s for Great Ohio, one out, second one in production. Still has a healthy manpower reserve after that as well. Still probably would recommend getting another combat engineer for repairs. Grenade out, try to duck around the side of the machine gun, and there he goes. Decruise the MG42. Got some Panzer Greens though, so Airborne guards having to get out. That's the Airborne guards Vet 1 ability. Coming through there quite quickly on this edge of the map. Coming from the short side. G43 Fusiliers coming in, and this could be a little exposed to them. The oh, it's Vet 5 for the sprint. I thought it was Vet 4. Well, they're getting Vet 4 capture rate bonus. Okay, so Vet. This is going to be nice and safe. The pack advancing, getting a couple shots in. Sherman's back up to full strength. Panzer IV has not shot at anything yet, might not even have revealed itself. Raketen coming out from base still from laggyAR, a bit slow getting involved. Well, this is dangerous territory for the Great Ohio. Snare on one T-34, the other one trying to avoid this AT gun, but the LMG Penal's doing some nasty damage. Pax getting decrewed fast. Command tank, of course, not very strong. He's proper tanks. Gets a good rear armor hit in though. Helping the most of his low penetration. Sherman and P4 trading shots here, but front v front. Panzer IV's going to come out on top. Penals probably would quite like to steal away this AT gun. Grenadiers jump on it. Those are high vet LMG Penals. They do get suppressed by the machine gun. And wow, that suppression allows the pack to escape. Bit of a lucky break for it. Penals crawling to a different position now. But LMG Grenadier just ripping into the Zis though, nearly got the full decrew. T-34 limping home, here comes the sniper. Well, it's very risky to get into these snipers' nests. The building health on them is so low. I see even just like a small arms damage. Starting to weaken it. And the stolen Raketen turned against Laffey. Penal's advancing here, coming in from a few different angles. Bringing in the Airborne guards. Strafe and gets a good pin going. Sniper has not really seen much action for how long it's been on the field though for Great Ohio. Trying to utilise that for sure. Sternpie's dead up here. Sherman making a nice little push. Focus inside the building, extremely low, nearly going down as well. And you hit the announcer. Axis ticking under 300. They are capping in the centre though at this stage. Got a proper Panzer IV coming out now for Schröedinger. Do have the mechanized truck down, so Laffey could go for a walking Stuka. Try to break up some of these 50 cal positions. It's going to be a Jackson next for laggyAR. 2 MG34s for Laffey. T-34. Oh, close range Katyusha. You just have to get out of there. No snares coming through. Pretty good start for it. Could have been a wipe quite easily. I'm taking T-34 trading up here. We have a Telemine now. And S-mines as well. Good Zis positioning here. Panzer IV takes a shot on its way through. So that received damage bonus though now from the command tank. And this T-34 are having some pathing issues. Driving up the ramp, trying to circle away now. Oh, it's too slow though. Close to max range, maybe the Penals, the Penguins rather, providing sight. Allowing that final shot to come through. Well done by Schröedinger. Good Zis barrage action here, but Sniper could be in some trouble. Panzer IV and the command tank. Ouch, Ohio just falling to pieces here. Bit of smoke out from the P4 command tank. Rocket run coming through, doesn't really hit too much. Command tank giving this Panzer IV one extra shot. And it bounces, oh boy, T-34's in some trouble now. Probably needed to go for a ram there. But the Jackson coming in from the side and wow. Smashing Schröedinger with that maneuver. Good teamwork from the random team there on the Allied side. If that Panzer IV had escaped, that would have been completely disastrous. And Schröedinger losing a lot back here to the infantry as well. Grenadier MG and Pyro all going down. Though back the other way, laggyAR losing some Pathfinders in the centre. 3 on the overs now, haven't really mentioned them, but they're doing pretty well. Does have bars on at least that Pathfinder. Sherman going in for a bit of exploration out the back here. Not sure what he's hoping to get. Don't think there's been any rocket artillery revealed from the Axis, and now the Panzer IV blitzing across. This could be really trouble. The Telemine is there, but the Sherman's going around the other way. So just going to disengage there. Raketin of laggyAR gets decrewed by the Highgate Obers, and then the Katyusha looking for some revenge does not find its mark. Showing up here, backed up by the Jackson, so able to force back the Obers. Don't drop any models though, so good for Laffey's manpower. Tries to jump on the Raketin, but the Pegrins are right there. Oh, it's gonna get away. Pegrins coming in from the side. Maxim spinning around. The Raketin over here, big grenade. Oh, so many models off to the side. The grenade a bit more on the gun itself. Oh! Sniper picked off by the Sherman just like that. One and done. And the Axis still not in control of the victory points. MG just camping this one down here. Really needs to send a tank down. Seems like Laffey may be saving for the jagdtiger. Generally a pretty strong option on this map. Either that or the Elephant. Especially down the centre, but can play on the flanks as well. Down the lanes. Now onto the Scott for laggyAR. But while that's been saved for, the Axis kind of on the back seat after Schröedinger taking such a hammering from laggyAR's rotation. Feels like the Axis is going to struggle on territory control. It's kind of lucky that Ohio is not coming down here, because that is wide open for the capture. And the triple cap ticking. A lot more pressure on the Axis right now than should be. Because as I said, Schröedinger with no vehicle to kind of shut down maneuvers on that edge is very susceptible to being harassed there. Usually popping up a flare. Find a beacon going down. Raketin having trouble finding an angle past these buildings. Here's the JT. Is this going to be the turning point for the Axis? Should free up the Panzer IV to do some more damage to infantry. laggyAR doesn't quite have the Muse, but not too far off the P-47s. Only 3 kills so far for that Katyusha. Probably felt like it's deserved more, but pretty good dodging from the Axis so far. There's another flare right as the Airborne guards run up the hill. Comes down the plane. The plane does come in really fast to the edge of the map. Ultimately out-muscled there. Kind of feeding the Pegrins a lot of vet as well. There's the Scott getting a good barrage in. Sherman rolling in behind this, looking for the decrew, but there's the jagdtiger. Sherman's like, oh boy, I do not want to be here. Stug and a flak panzer combo from Schröedinger. That's interesting. That can of course do pretty well against the planes of laggyAR. And no flak half-track possible for Laffey. Hasn't got battle group. So maybe it's just, you know, it's protection for the jagdtiger. I can understand it. Tiger making use of this high explosive barrage, forcing back the Zis. T-34 though getting some really good shots in down the side. Forgot about these Fusiliers, it looks like. That's connecting as the jagdtiger is chasing through the smoke. The Fusiliers do go down. Jagdtiger looking to mop up a couple of these low allied vehicles. The Panzer IV disengaging here. The jagdtiger. Oh! Don't know how it had sight. Maybe the Scott revealed itself by landing some damage. It's picked off. Pretty good combination that, you know, like 160 damage from the Panzer IV, then 300 from the jagdtiger. Nice little buffer against the Scott. Don't think the Scott had vet either, so it couldn't have smoked. Just to attack round, Jackson failing. Good decoy on the mortar there. T-34 chasing after the flak. Oh, miss from the pack. At least mutually assured destruction. Could have been disastrous for Schröedinger if that T-34 had reloaded and fired a shot just before the ram connected. Lost it for nothing. Oh, there's an SU-85. Didn't lose vision of the Stug though. Didn't chase on focus sight mode as well, so it would have been a slow chase. And there we go. Katyusha gets a kill this time. Greenies go down. Getting in some trouble. Takes a rifle grenade, decrewed, but here comes all the infantry of Ohio.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Texas had done a good job though, getting back on the VPs. Jagdtiger coming down this side. And then the anti-tank planes, but elevation really nullifying that. All of them connecting with the ground. So getting out of there. Stug did take a few hits. Needs some repairs now. He's backed up to the truck, which does have the repair upgrade. Let's have one squad of pyros going for another flak panzer. Pressure coming in. And the Panzer Grenadiers looking for a decrew on the M1 and gets it.
Just took out an entire gun crew.
But the barred up Pathfinder's doing pretty well.
Losing a capture point.
Here's the Peregrines. In fact, they're chasing past them, maybe hoping for a bit of run and gun wipe action. T-gun bouncing. They have trouble pinning next to the jagdtiger without the AP ammunition especially. Katyusha. Oh, look at that. Rockets land. Circle around. I think if he stuck around for that second volley would have gone down though. Fast retreat from Laffey. MG Penal's really beating up these Grenadiers. Do benefit well from those weapon upgrades. The accuracy bonus here. As well as here. Double accuracy. Some potent with those slot weapons. Drive-by from the T-34s. Doesn't like what it sees though. It's the Stug with spotting scopes. There's the SU-85 over there for that. This side of the map is quite open for laggyAR. Hasn't really visited there for a while. Jackson out here decrewed. Maxim goes down in the centre. That was an unnecessary loss, honestly. Sherry 5 rolling up the road, going to chase down this Panzer IV. But uh-oh, Axis have got a lot of units coming up here. Nasty surprise here for the SU. Schröedinger chasing for the kill. Oh, it's a mine. T-34 could come and maybe clean this up. PPSH's getting in on the AT gun. Hoping for the D crew here. The Panzer IV is coming down. MG spins around. The AT gun goes down. T-34 needs to pin twice, but bounces the first shot. It will be well served to get out of here. He's bringing the planes again, hopefully from a different angle this time. Indeed. Trying to drive forwards. Still just too slow. With the engine damage not possible. Well done by Ohio. I think that's the first good set of planes he's brought in. Well, anti-tank planes. This vetted guard planes have been solid as well. Salvaging that situation. Good rotation from the Axis though. Maybe heard the Su-85 moving in the fog. And slammed it fast. Quite a lot of resources still in reserve for Ohio. Maybe going to go for another tank of some description though. Might want to save for another Su-85. Yes indeed, laggyAR did make some inroads down the far side. The walking Stu could round things out now for Laffey. Brings him just about up to pop cap. Can't even afford repairs. Stern pies are too expensive. Oh no, you can just squeeze in a stern pie. So there's one pop off. But seems like the Axis do have a much firmer grip on this central VP since that the Tiger has arrived. The Allies have not had the answer to that yet. Tree blocking most of the vision of that one. Doesn't look like he hit too much. 2 kills. Cheshire targeting the Obers. Very fast retreat from Laffey. It's out of harm's way. P-Green's coming in from the side. A lot of allied support weapons back here. Very exposed. One of them goes down. But the P-Greens staying in here too long. The BPSH guards knocking out those 2 models very quickly. And the Grenadiers don't want to stick around and find out what happened to their buddies. Comes out of smoke to try to do some capping. Using the planes as well to try to force away the machine gun. Good work from Ohio. Making those guard abilities work for him. So this is going to pull back for some reinforcing. Goes for another T-34 instead of Su-85. That's a little bit unexpected for me. laggyAR has so much munitions at this stage. Surprised he hasn't used any. Wow. The AT guns make short work of that Panzer IV. Didn't show its face for long and sniped off real fast. Oh, assault artillery nearly knocks out the guards. Does knock out the penals. One of the better assault artilleries I've seen. Because of that. T-34's playing a dangerous game up here. Tiger missing its shot.
Guards, troops ready for
Also
action.
another squad of guards. Good idea.
What do you need?
Gonna go for PPSHs with them. Not gonna cap with them straight away, which is unusual. Could be turning on the VP taps against the Axis. Here they go now. Okay, flak Panzer. reconstructed. Going up to the north. Do still have that talon mine down here. This could be nasty for Ohio, who's left both T-34s up here. Juicer's ready to fire again as well. Scott long range barrage on the MG. Quick dodge though. Oh, that's double Scots, is it? Yeah, double Scots. Okay, T-34 coming in. There's another telemine down there. Oh, wasn't on prioritized vehicles, but somehow the pack didn't quite get vision. T-34 doesn't take any damage. Pegrion's coming in from the side. Could even get crushed here by this T-34. Yep, there goes one model. Panther's coming across now, though. That could be nasty. Ohio not well prepared for that. Whoops. Grenadier's down to a grenade. There are these AT guns, though, for Ohio. He tries to go for a ram, but... what was that? Kind of got hung up going around the corner. Does not work out at all, that ram. But Jackson coming in from the side. Rockets missing. Panther's fast enough to escape there. Brought in the planes from laggyAR as well. Yeah, more focused on the Jagdtiger. Get that to about half health. Got the flak panzer and the flak base, though, shooting down those planes. Here's the edge of the danger zone. Coming around the side. Sherman in hot pursuit. There's a mine down here. It's a teller. Oh, there it goes. It's a Vet 3 Sherman. Could use the crit repair to try and get it out of here. We saw that from laggyAR earlier. Panther's very slow, not coming through to mop this up. Here he goes now. Sherman already engine damage removed though, and it's so fast with that Vet 3. Oh, but there's a Faust coming in. Didn't see the squad back here. Well done by Laffey. Did not see that Fausting unit coming in. He's getting targeted by the Katyusha. Forces them away. Guard's going to try to sneak in under the cover of the smoke. Raketin recovered by Ohio. Lining up. There's a walking Stuka. Oh, a bit of damage onto the Katyusha. The scatter was more favourable. That could have been a kill on it. Gotta be careful about that as a Soviet player. Dodge away after your barrages. So Soviet mortar flare up provided some vision. Good dodge on the nades. This time it's the trees blocking a bit of that plane damage. Unfortunate for Ohio. Definitely needs to be getting down onto that far VP though. He's a little bit inactive. Harassing that far point. In fact, he's not going for it. Where's he going with these guys? I think when you see the Axis down to 180 VPs like this, it should be where you're looking to try and win the game. Got a good decrew on the machine gun instead of just trying to win like army fights constantly. Axis already on the back foot here. Really slowed down by their lack of repairs, the Axis. Having trouble getting that Jagdtiger back up to full strength. Pack decrewed. And there goes the MG42 as well, both of them destroyed by the AAT guns. Scott goes down though, you've got the Jagdtiger And the Panther there doing some serious damage. Pathfinders, oh, they go down to those Vet 5 Ogres. Got the planes coming in from laggyAR. They probably won't last too long. The flak panzer here. Did make it a bit safer for these units to extract themselves though. If the Pathfinders stayed alive, that would have been a really good push from the Allies overall. Still was pretty good though, I think. Oh, plane crashes into the S-mines, triggers a bunch of them. Speaking of mines. Combat engineers detect and going to try to defuse this. He keeps giving them like extra commands, just need to let them do their work. It could have been nasty if that had landed. With that elevation, I'm surprised it didn't collide with the ground, honestly. "19 kills on the Werfer, that's been a steady performer. I haven't really commented on it too much, but it's got off to a good start. Much better than the Walking Stuka at only 4. Despite having the field later, I believe. Rebuild on the Lost Scott. Triple cap against the Axis though, they're in a hairy position here. But uh-oh, double AT guns a little undefended up here. That Tiger Panther's coming up. Ohio looks likely to lose his AT guns. One of them decrewed. Surprised the Ag Tiger doesn't have vision there. Misses its shot. Let's fight for the mid.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Looks like those airborne guards did survive, but yeah, the Raketin went down. And all the way back here, the T-34 unable to escape the long reach of the Ag Tiger, the Panther combining up here, knocking out the Zis as well. So Ohio getting smashed. Just coming all the way up here with his AT guns is so risky. He's paying the price for that. His teammate though, laggyAR, coming in here trying to salvage the situation like he's managed to do so before. Still looks like the Zis is going to get cleaned up though. Allies lacking vision up the hill, making life very difficult for them. Stuka again. Going for the ramp, it looks like. Put down John to the T-34.
You have a rocket target?
Don't let up! Keep shooting!
Rebuild on the Grenadiers for Schröedinger. Ohio had quite a lot of manpower. Going for another T-34 with it. And another T-34, just going to be a full T-34 train. I feel like the Axis though, pretty well set up to handle that kind of pressure. Unless you get some really good ram into rocket runs going. Don't think that'll be terribly successful. Just, you know, like a Yak Tiger, a bunch of Panthers, a couple AT guns, a lot of snares. It's difficult for a mass T-34 strategy to work out well.
We are down to 75 points.
Katyusha coming down, but again, targeting the Grenadiers, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of targeting green since they do have that damage reduction at Vet 3. Makes them harder to wipe with that rocket. Okay, laggyAR bringing the planes in yet again. Oh, big bundle made though. The flak panzer right here. T-34 is making some moves. Most of the rockets targeting the Panther, get about a quarter of its health removed. Try to come in from the side here, but the spotting scopes on the flak panzer spot them coming. And the Telemine, he's going in for a ram on the JT. Connects, but no engine crit, and both the T-34s mopped up here. Really clumsy move from Ohio. Brought in his planes as well. But still the Ag Tiger. There's half health remaining. Yes, just Those kind of moves are hard to get to work. A little bit suicidal from Ohio, and now the Allies are really going to be way behind. Look at the army size difference. 40 PopCap lead now for the Axis. 53 VPs remaining though, so Allies just have to play smart and they can still squeak this one out. Oh, here comes the jagdtiger. Oh, doesn't quite get a finishing shot on that Jackson. Flak are vetting up nicely as well thanks to all those aircraft kills. It's got a good rate of fire going now. There's a walking Stuka. This could actually be quite nasty. A lot of units here dodging off to the side. Bit of a lucky break for laggyAR. That could have been much worse. But he brought them back in. And there's all these very high vet units here. He's bringing the planes though. But I'm not a fan of this. Yeah, there's a massive waste of munitions. This is the last one as well. Doesn't have 500 in reserve anymore. Target this Panther, maybe the Pintos. So did that even land a single rocket? I don't think it did. Comes now, but all of the shots blocked by the elevation, and there was only one pass from one plane. Very unsuccessful P-47 there from laggyAR. Oh, a bit of a traffic jam. jagdtiger coming in here. Oh, this is bad news for laggyAR. The AT gun goes down. There is the Jackson. Panther coming in now. Scott's almost undefended. Oh, this is bad news for the Allies. Looks like a almost complete collapse. We do have a T-34 coming in from the side. Looking to stir up some trouble. But two Panthers. jagdtiger can easily rotate that direction as well. It's bringing in the planes, but it's in the center of the map. Oh, huge damage on Laffey's Panther though. Kind of drove back into that. Good result there for Ohio. Airborne guards though go down while all this is happening. Wasn't paying attention to that. Panther maybe looking to finish off the decrewed AT gun. Was that a bundle grenade and that pins? I don't think it's guaranteed to pin, right? Was that the walking Stuka that just killed the T-34? No, maybe it's the Panther. Didn't see it though. Either way, that was devastating for the Allies. See, they are still way behind on army size. Do have a few decrewed AT guns and whatnot though. Can help them bounce back a little bit. Killing that Panther with the rockets really saved the day. Where is this Katyusha going now? Very unusual. He's going for a barrage on this building. Okay. Quite risky. Flak Panzer could rotate that way very easily, and it's Vet 3 now. It's very fast. I'll just try to sneak in here, but not having much luck. We've got a bunch of light AT mines down here as well. That doesn't like what it sees. Fresh Jackson coming up as well. Katyusha not barraging here. There's a Panther coming up. Why would the Panther be coming up here? He's looking for the airborne guards, can't find them. Oh, there they go, they get detected. Easy dodge on the grenades. Gonna force away the grenadiers, but then gonna lose the P-greens afterwards. Probably a bad trade in terms of manpower, right? Especially now that the grenadiers have that reinforced buff from tier 4 being down. Probably an extra 30-ish manpower against the Great Ohio there. Okay, got a Soviet minesweeper unit up here. I'll plant some mines itself, but Sternpires are there. Ohio's not really focused. Gonna go for the defuse. 2 Jacksons, here we go. So they come out the left-hand side. It's gonna survive. Didn't manage to sweep the mine though. Sheesh, a little bit of damage on the grenadiers. Kind of revealed the position of the double Jacksons though. Axis repositioning to handle that. If the double Jacksons can avoid getting shot by the jagdtiger, the Allies still have enough anti-tank guns between them to do some big damage. Axis well in control of that central VP area now. Just inching their way further and further down the map. Oof, and there we go, that jagdtiger finding a alleyway for damage. And laggyAR is going to call the GG. Issue charging right into the JT. Takes an engine crit. Going to get hunted down now. Rockets out the back. There it goes.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
Was that a low-angle barrage from the Werfer? I think it might have been. Big damage. And laggyAR, he's had enough. Feels like he can't win with it. His teammate try his best.
We are losing supply of
Tail there.
We have an isolated sector.
There we go. Great Ohio eventually following suit. Well, GG, it was a pretty even match while it lasted, but Allies had an edge, better capping, better control of the central VP area, occasionally coming up here as well. But once that jagdtiger arrived, the Allies just did not have the answer. The flak panzers shooting down those P-47s, nullifying a lot of the damage. And yeah, the Great Ohio just making some really poor plays with the mass T-34s, just going in for like suicide rams, really poorly set up, throwing away huge portions of his army, making it very hard for the Allies to come back from there. But yeah, some good coordination. Well done by the Axis, hanging tough there. As I said, I think if Great Ohio harassed this point a little bit more throughout the match, those last 44 VPs would already have been gone. And the Allies would have won this before the jagdtiger really took over the game. But yeah, he got a little bit tunnel vision fighting through the middle, forgot about this point, and there you go. So that allowed the Axis to turn this one around. But yeah, overall pretty sound play, you know, a few mines, decent engagements all around. GG. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.